Good morning, dear students. I'm Mrs. Sumati. In my first lesson, I discussed about ionic bonds. Today, as you know, the covalent bonds. This is one type of chemical bonds. So, in my today lesson, I will discuss about covalent bonds. Firstly, we recall the ionic bond. The ionic bond is formed by very strong attraction between the oppositely charged ions. For example, if we take sodium chloride, in sodium chloride, sodium positive ions and chloride negative ions. Between the ions, there is a very strong electrostatic attraction, so that the bond is formed. That bond is between the ions, so that we call that bond is ionic bond. Okay, this one we studied the last lesson. So today we move to the another uh, very important bond is covalent bond. Here this bond is formed by sharing the electrons between the atoms. This is the main point. If we take hydrogen molecule, the formula of hydrogen molecule is H2. This is formed by sharing the electrons between the two hydrogen atoms. Here one hydrogen atom has one electron, another one has another electron. These both hydrogen atoms share that electrons between them and form a bond. That bond we call covalent bond. Due to that, this hydrogen molecule is formed. In the hydrogen molecule, in the valence cell, there is two electrons. So these two electrons is the valence cell electronic configuration of neon gas. So that by sharing the electrons, these atoms form a bond. That bond is covalent bond. By that, they get the stability of noble gas electronic configuration, so that these covalent bonds are formed. By sharing the electrons between the atoms, there is a bond formed. That bond is covalent bond. By that, there are molecules. So these molecules are of two types. One is homoatomic molecules, other one is heteroatomic molecules. So what is homoatomic molecules? You know, homo means same. So in the molecule formation, the same atoms participate. So for example, here hydrogen, the formula is H2. So both are HH. The participating atoms are hydrogen. The fluorine, and oxygen atom and the oxygen atom, and the nitrogen atom and the nitrogen atom. So here the participating atoms are same. And in the case of heteroatomic molecules, hetero means different. So for example, in water, you see there are two types of atoms. One is hydrogen, another one is oxygen. Like this methane, C and hydrogen, and ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen. So we will see here how these molecules are formed. The hydrogen molecule, there are two hydrogen atoms participating to form the hydrogen molecules. So there is a one bond, that covalent bond. So here one electron from one hydrogen atom, another electron from another hydrogen atom. They share that electrons, these two electrons, and form a bond, and they becomes a hydrogen molecule. Here the fluorine molecule, you know, each fluorine, the valence electron has 7 electrons. So each fluorine, to obey the octet rule or to get the stable electronic configuration of noble gas, each one needs 1 electron. So in fluorine, the 1 electron, they commonly share the 1 electron and form a molecule, that is fluorine molecule. So this shared electron, by that they form a bond. That bond is the covalent. In the case of oxygen, you see there are 6 electrons in the valence shells of each oxygen atom. So they, to gain the stability of electronic configuration of noble gas, these oxygen atoms should share two electrons from each, so that they form the double bond. In the oxygen, they form oxygen molecule. In the oxygen molecules, there are 2 covalent bonds. One pair of electrons which denote by 1 covalent bond, so that there are 2 pairs, so that 2 covalent bonds. We see simply in your syllabus double bond presence between the oxygen atom. Like that in the nitrogen, there are 3 electron pairs commonly shared between the nitrogen atoms, so that nitrogen molecule is formed. In nitrogen molecule, there are 3 covalent bonds. So we see triple bond in nitrogen molecule. So we will see the heteroatomic molecules, how they are formed. For example, the simple one, we take hydrogen chloride. You know what is hydrogen chloride? We commonly say hydrochloric acid. So in hydrochloric acid, you see, while it is heteroatomic molecule, here there are 2 different atoms of elements participating in forming the hydrogen chloride. One is hydrogen atom, another one is chlorine atom. So in hydrogen atom, you see in the valence shell only 1 electron is there. In the chlorine atom, in the valence shell, there are 7 electrons. So hydrogen atom needs 1 electron to acquire the stable electronic configuration of noble gas. Like that, the chlorine needs 1 electron, so that they both share 1 electron from each and form the hydrogen chloride molecule, and also 1 covalent bond between them by sharing a electron, 1 pair of electron. You see here 1 pair of electron. So they form a 1 covalent bond, and they become not hydrogen atom and chlorine atom. Now they are hydrogen chloride molecule. Then we move to water molecule. The chemical name of water is dihydrogen oxide. Why dihydrogen? In the formula you see there are 2 hydrogen atoms. So here 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogen atoms are participating in forming the water molecule. So you see in oxygen atom, in its valence shell there are 6 electrons. So it needs 2 electrons to get the stable electronic configuration of noble gas neon. So it needs 2 electrons, 1 electron from 1 hydrogen, another electron from another hydrogen. So it forms water molecule by sharing 1 electron, oxygen atom sharing 1 electron with each hydrogen atoms and form two covalent bonds. The ammonia molecule, its chemical formula is NH3. So nitrogen, in its valence shell there are 5 electrons. So nitrogen needs 3 electrons to acquire the noble gas electronic configuration. So it shares 1 electrons with 3 hydrogen atoms and form the NH3 ammonia molecule. This is the methane molecule. Its chemical formula is CH4. So you know the carbon in its valence shell there are 4 electrons. So carbon needs another 4 electrons to acquire the noble gas electronic configuration. So it shares the 1 electrons with 4 hydrogen atoms and form the CH4 methane molecule. That diagram is represented here. You notice there are 4 hydrogen atoms. Each hydrogen atom shares 1 electrons with 1 electrons of carbon atom. The another example is carbon tetrachloride. Its chemical formula is CCl4. You know the carbon is the central atom. In its valence shell it has 4 electrons. So to acquire the stable electronic configuration of noble gas it needs 4 electrons. So carbon shares in its electron with 4 chlorine atoms and form the CCl4 molecule. So that is shown by the diagrammatic representation here. Another important section, that is how the valence shell electrons in the molecules are arranged, is represented by in 3 ways. One is Lewis dot cross diagram, the next is Lewis dot diagram, and the final one is Lewis structure. So firstly we will see the Lewis dot cross diagram. Here you notice there are 2 terms are used, that is dot and cross. It's like that here. If we take the example as methane that is mentioned here, the carbon atom and the 4 hydrogen atoms are participating in forming the methane molecule. So the central atom here is the carbon. See, the peripheral atoms are the hydrogens. So the central atoms electrons are denoted by here dot, and the peripheral atoms electrons are denoted by cross. So in the formation of methane there are 2 different types of atoms are participating. So the participating atoms electrons are differentiated by using different symbols, that is dot and the cross. This is we call Lewis dot cross diagram. This is some more example for Lewis dot cross diagram. The first one is the ammonia molecule. You know, in ammonia molecule, nitrogen is the central atom, the hydrogens are the peripheral atoms, and the nitrogen has 5 electrons in its valence shell and its electrons are denoted by dots, and the hydrogen, their electrons are denoted by cross, and they share the electron with the hydrogen. Each hydrogens share their electron with the nitrogen and form a covalent bond. That shared electrons are shown in the common area. And in the chlorine molecule, you know, chlorine is the homoatomic molecule. So in this case it doesn't mean to say which one is the central atom and which one is the peripheral atom. Whatever it is very important to differentiate the electrons participating in the formation of covalent bond, that is sharing the electrons in the formation of covalent bond, so that we denote one chlorine atom's electrons as dots and another one is cross. Here in the water molecule, as the diagram shows, the oxygen's electrons are denoted by dots and the hydrogen's electrons are denoted by cross. And in the CCl4, the carbon electrons are denoted by cross and the chlorine electrons are denoted by dot. And in the CO2 molecule, The oxygen, there are two oxygens in the CO2 molecule. Their electrons are denoted by dots and the carbon electrons are denoted by cross. We see the Lewis dot diagram. This is the second one. Here it is very simple. In the molecule, whether it is the homoatomic molecule or the heteroatomic molecule, for example, hydrogen, oxygens are the homoatomic molecules and the water and ammonia and others are the heteroatomic molecules. So here the participating electrons from each atom, the all electrons are denoted by only the one symbol, that is dot. So we call this is Lewis dot diagram. It is very simple one. For example, in the case of, if you take the water, here the oxygen in its valence shell there are 6 electrons and in the hydrogen only 1 electron. So how the water molecule is formed? By sharing 1 electron from hydrogen and 1 electron from oxygen, and they make a bond. That bond is covalent bond. We call the OH bond. So here there are two OH bonds. So the all sharing electrons and the rest of the electron of oxygen all are denoted by the dot. This is called the Lewis dot diagram. Structure is a very important area. Normally there are questions in this area in your question paper. So how can we draw a Lewis structure? It is very simple. It is normally drawn from the Lewis dot diagram. So firstly, we will see the Lewis dot diagram of water. From that, how this Lewis structure of water is derived. So that the firstly, in Lewis dot diagram of water, you see here the one oxygen atom is the central atom and there are two hydrogen atoms, those are peripheral atoms. So between the oxygen and the hydrogen atoms in each side, there is one bonding pair of electron. That pair of electron is by sharing. Oxygen atom gives one electron and the hydrogen atom gives one electron. They share and make a bond. So that shared electron is a pair of electron. So that pair of electron we call bonding pair of electron. See, other electrons in the oxygen, they are non-bonding electrons. So we denote they are in pair. We call these electrons are lone pair electrons. So in the Lewis structure, if you see the Lewis structure of water, this bonded pair of electrons between the oxygen and the hydrogen atoms, we represent that bonding pair by a line or dash. So that here there are two dashes. This is covalent bond. We call that covalent bond is OH bond. So there are two OH bond in water molecule and the rest of the electrons are lone pair. So there are two lone pairs in the water molecule. This is the Lewis structure of water molecule. Some examples for Lewis structure. Here the very simple molecule is hydrogen. You know, this is the Lewis dot diagram of hydrogen. So between the hydrogen atom there are one pair of electron, bonding pair of electron. That bonding pair is denoted by a dash, so that here in the hydrogen molecule one dash between the two hydrogen atoms. This dash is the covalent bond. This is the Lewis structure of hydrogen molecule. And like that in the methane, there are 4 covalent bonds. There are 4 bonding pairs. So 4 dash, that is CH bond. So there are 4 CH covalent bonds. Like that in the ammonia, there are 3 bonding pair of electrons. So that due to that bonding pair, each bonding pair makes the NH bond covalent bonds and the rest of one lone pair, that is denoted here in ammonia. One lone pair and 3 bonding pairs that is 3 NH covalent bond. In the CCl4 molecule, it is very simple, like methane. Instead of hydrogen, here chlorine atoms are there. So that there are 4 CCl bonds, because between this carbon and the Cl atom there are each there are 4 1 and 4 bonding pair. So 4 covalent bonds. Those bonds are CCl bonds. And in the chlorine atom there are 3 non-bonding pairs of electron. Those are lone pairs. So this is the Lewis structure of CCl4 molecule. This image shows Lewis dot and cross diagram, Lewis dot diagram, and Lewis structure of some molecules. About these, I have discussed in my session. So it is very simple. I think you can clearly understand and go through these molecules. You can confirm your knowledge that was gained through this discussion. See the another important thing, that is the octet rule. The molecules obey the octet rule. So in the case there are 3 molecules are shown. One is CCl4. In CCl4 the central atom is carbon and the peripheral atoms are 4 chlorines. So you see the central atom and the peripheral atoms all obey the octet rule. That means all atoms have 8 electrons in their valence shell. And in the case of ammonia, you see the central atom is nitrogen. It has 8 electrons. So it obeys the octet rule. The hydrogen is in the exceptional case. It has 2 electrons. That is no problem. And in the case of Lewis CO2, the carbon is the central atom and the oxygens, 2 oxygens are the peripheral atoms. The central atom and the peripheral atoms, all atoms obey the octet rule. That is, they have octet of electrons. That is 8 electrons in their valence shell. So these molecules we call, they obey the octet. Here we notice phosphorus trichloride, PCl3. The central atom is phosphorus and the peripheral atoms are the chlorine. The peripheral atoms and the central atom all obey the octet rule. But in some exceptional cases are there. Here we mention beryllium chloride. The central atom beryllium, the chlorine atoms are the peripheral atoms. So chlorine obeys the octet rule because it has 8 electrons, but the central atom, it has only 4. So doesn't obey the octet rule. Like that in the aluminum chloride, the peripheral atoms chlorine obey the octet rule, but the central atom aluminium doesn't obey because it has only 6 electrons. So these molecules or compounds, beryllium chloride and aluminum chloride, we call commonly electron deficient compound. Another example, PCl5. In PCl5, phosphorus is the central atom and other 5 chlorine atoms are the peripheral atoms. Denote is the central atom doesn't obey the octet rule, but the peripheral atoms obey the octet rule. Because the peripheral atoms, they have in its valence shell 8 electrons. But in the central atom, it has 5 covalent bonds. The covalent bonds are PCl bonds. So each bond denotes one pair of electrons. Therefore, 10 electrons in the central atom. So it doesn't obey the octet rule, and also it expands, so exceeded the octet rule. And in summary, you notice in the previous slide we learned Aluminum chloride and the beryllium chloride, they are electron deficient compound. And you notice the central atoms don't occupy the octet rule. Here also in the PCl5, the central atom doesn't occupy the octet rule. So, it is very important thing you notice the compounds which are electron deficient or they are expanded. For what reason is the central atom doesn't occupy the or doesn't obey the octet rule, but in all ways the peripheral atoms obey the octet rule. These are some questions relevant to the covalent bond. These are very easy questions. You can answer very easily and you work with this question. Thanks for watching.